What's good, everybody, and welcome to today's video edition of Scalp Care That Doesn't Scare Your Wallet. I'm by Mell, and I am here for you and your scalp skin, which deserves a winning routine with minimal compromise. So that's why we're going on an adventure. We're going on an adventure. We're going on an adventure to show you how to shop for products to treat your specific scalp care needs, all from the drugstore. Now, as we get into things, some of the products I mentioned in this video may shock you, they may scare you, and they may not be what you would have expected. But as I'm talking about the products, the main goal is to teach you how to look at the ingredients in the products to treat your scalp needs. Ingredients are key, especially when you're catering your scalp care routine for you, because everyone's scalp needs are going to be different, just like your skin. And what we don't want to do is mistreat our scalp or misdiagnose ourselves. But anywho, without further ado, let's get to it. Now hold up, before we get into things and go shopping, let me just clear up my lingo. When I'm referring to dry scalp, I mean a dry scalp that does not produce many oils. It's dry. Dry as the desert. When I say oily scalp, I'm referring to just, regular oily scalp, which is often associated with dandruff and or seborrheic dermatitis. Dandruff are flakes that manifest on our scalp due to irritation being caused by an overgrowth or out of controlness of that malassezia, that naturally occurring fungi that is living rent-free on our scalps and causing our skin to proliferate or basically shed its skin cells at a faster rate to get rid of that irritation. That's why there's lots of flakes, itchiness, and redness that we associate with dandruff. And these are all very different scalp concerns. So before you start putting the pieces together and thinking about what you want to buy, make sure you know what your scalp type is and what your scalp needs are. I do have a video kind of answering some top questions about scalp care. You may want to watch that if you don't know. I'm assuming you know, and that's why we're going to proceed with this video. Okay, sorry. Just wanted to give that little disclaimer. The main difference between a shampoo for your hair and a shampoo or treatment for your scalp is that scalp treatments are made to effectively treat conditions of the skin. So on that note, I would always recommend to treat the two separately. And so since in this video we're talking about scalp, the first thing we're going to do is skip all of the fancy bottles, the pretty stuff. You'll notice a trend in some of the products that I'm mentioning and how some of the best ones out there are the ones from skincare brands. And let me tell you, they do not make these easy to find. All the way on the bottom shelf here is our treatments, like medicated shampoos that will treat specific scalp conditions. Now, by reading the label, we may notice that some of them can treat multiple different scalp conditions. And it comes down to which active ingredients they contain. So on that note, let's take a look at the different active ingredients that are found in most treatment shampoos. The active ingredient in a product is the one that is responsible for achieving the results that you're looking for, or at least that the product is claiming to do. It is very important to pay close attention to which active ingredient you choose for yourself, or better yet, get prescribed. Because using the right product with the right active ingredients might solve all your problems, and using the wrong one may cause a whole bunch of different problems. Now, this is why for most of my life I despised Head & Shoulders. I pretty much ran a Head & Shoulders hate group. Sorry, it was uncalled for, but it's because I was using a Pyrithione Zinc or Zinc Pyrithione shampoo on my dry scalp thinking it was dandruff, and was therefore irritating the shite out of my scalp. And you should take that as your valuable lesson on the importance of a proper diagnosis. Now, do not let these drugged and medicated products scare you, because if you're finding them at the drugstore on the bottom shelf, they are medicated at a low dose. They're over the counter. Anyone can have access to them. And besides causing, some side effects if you're using them incorrectly or not using them as directed or for no reason, these shampoos and ingredients are absolutely safe. And they may be a really great place to start your scalp care routine to ease your way into things, because they have a low percentage, which means you're going to have a lower chance of irritating your scalp before possibly working up to higher doses of these medicated ingredients that you may need to treat more severe cases of the scalp. Okay, so this is your friendly reminder to go see a dermatologist skin doctor to help you diagnose your skin condition if you're still unsure. Okay, now back to the treatments. Since we're on the topic of Head and Shoulders, let's talk about it. Is anyone else having tacos this evening? Or is it just Texture Tuesday? The reason why so many people reach for Head and Shoulders is because it's probably the most widely used and widely known anti-dandruff shampoo. Pyrithione zinc, as found in Head and Shoulders, usually at 1%, is the key active ingredient in Head and Shoulders shampoos. And at that low dose that it is in Head and Shoulders, this ingredient can and will effectively treat mild dandruff. We're talking very mild cases. Maybe you're a little flaky, but nothing too crazy. Pyrithione zinc is an antifungal treatment that will help to kind of calm down that malassezia on our scalp that is living rent-free. Pretty much every Head and Shoulders shampoo and conditioner contains this Pyrithione zinc, and there are a lot of different Head and Shoulders to choose from, so just choose one that you think is going to work best for your hair. Let me give you a tip. If you have a dry hair and scalp, do not use the Classic Clean because it is quite dry and this can be irritating. Nowadays, Head and Shoulders has other moisturizing options such as shampoos that contain argan oil and coconut oil, a bunch of different things that are beneficial while still having that antifungal ingredient. However, if your dandruff is a little more out of control, you may need to upgrade to the clinical Head and Shoulders, which contains a stronger and even more effective anti-dandruff ingredient. Selenium sulfide is like one up from Pyrithione zinc. It's a little bit stronger. It also has a stronger smell. This is something to be aware of when using this treatment, but it will work better on more serious dandruff cases, more moderate dandruff. That is found in Head and Shoulders Clinical as well as, most popularly, in Selsun Blue. If your dandruff is actually quite serious before seeing the doctor, the best, probably the best, arguably the best antifungal and anti-dandruff ingredient is Ketoconazole. Ketoconazole is the active ingredient found in Nizoral. Now, Nizoral shampoo actually went kind of viral. People were washing their face with it to get rid of fungal acne because Ketoconazole is a very effective antifungal ingredient. It treats a variety of different fungis, not just dandruff, and it could potentially be used on other parts of the body. But specifically for shampoo, Ketoconazole, especially Nizoral shampoo, is a perfect option if you have a little bit more wild of dandruff on your scalp that needs some controlling, because it will do just that and more. Ketoconazole also has anti-inflammatory benefits and is not just used to treat dandruff on the scalp, but some other scalp conditions like psoriasis, which is an inflammatory disease of the body which has skin manifestations. It shows up on the skin, but it comes from within. But anywho, if this sounds like you, Ketoconazole and Nizoral may be right for you. Speak with your doctor. You know who's great on here? Dr. Dre. She's a board-certified dermatologist, a queen, and she's also taught me that Ketoconazole has also been shown to block dihydrotestosterone, which is a whole different topic, but it's been shown to help reduce hair fall and hair loss in both males and females, and hair loss due to telogen effluvium, which is just, we love a product with so many benefits. Now, because of this, Nizoral and Ketoconazole shampoos are a little bit more expensive, but again, they're effective and they're pretty low risk. The shampoo lathers fabulously. It also doesn't smell super strong like selenium sulfide, and overall is typically very well tolerated. Some people notice a little bit of dry skin, maybe a little bit of irritation, but for the most part, Nizoral is a win. Now, there is one more anti-dandruff shampoo and treatment that is also very common. Coal tar is the active ingredient in Neutrogena. Remember, they are the skin people. They are the #1 recommended dermatologist skincare brand. And the product T-Gel that contains coal tar is extremely beneficial if you have a lot of scaling on your scalp. You've got a lot of dead skin buildup. Coal tar works to kind of shed any of that dead skin cell buildup, as well as slow your scalp down from reproducing so many skin cells at a rapid rate, which is an inflammatory type of response being caused by dandruff or psoriasis. So for dandruff and psoriasis, coal tar is a great option. However, beware. Coal tar is not necessarily friendly for the hair. And I want to call out my blondes here because I know we're talking about scalp, but the problem with coal tar tar is it can stain the color of your hair. And not just your hair, but your fingernails and your skin as well. Coal tar also smells rancid. That's something to be aware of. If you've ever tried coal tar, you could describe the smell. Please comment that below. I think everyone needs to be aware what they're getting themselves into. Coal tar is not pleasant. It doesn't always last long on your scalp if you rinse properly. That's something to be aware of. And if you're not into that, there are other options and other products and active ingredients that help to slough off that excess dead skin cell buildup, such as one of my favorite ingredients, salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is actually found in many different shampoos, and not just shampoos. You may know it in your skincare routine, but is becoming increasingly more popular in hair care as well. Not hair care, scalp care specifically. Now, the main benefit of using salicylic acid in your shampoos is, again, it's going to help to break up those dead skin cells that are built up on your scalp, help to exfoliate them away while also being very gentle. As in, you can gently exfoliate without scrubbing, which if you have psoriasis, the last thing you want to be doing is scrubbing. So that gentle exfoliation is absolutely key, and it's really beneficial to use a salicylic acid shampoo in conjunction with other treatments if you have other treatments needed, or even on its own. And again, it's found in many different things. If you want to keep it really basic, Neutrogena has a shampoo called T-Sal. And this has salicylic acid at 3%, which is pretty high. It's going to be pretty effective. Great to use a couple times a week. And there's lots of other options that are a little bit weaker. But keep in mind, unless it has the active ingredient specified on the label, the ingredient that's in your product might not be at a high enough dose to really do anything magical. Even though it's in the ingredient list, they may have some minor benefits. But if you're really looking for a treatment, you want to have that separate active ingredient, and you want to look for the percentage. 3% is a really good place to start if you have a lot of that flaky buildup. The brand Nizoral also has a 3% salicylic acid shampoo called Psoriasis. Hence, it's great for psoriasis. And even a brand called Psoriasin has a 3% salicylic acid shampoo. And what's great about the Psoriasin one is it's also fragrance-free. Fragrance-free can be a really big scalp irritant for some people with atopic dermatitis, also known as eczema. Eczema or atopic dermatitis is one of those conditions that really leaves your skin super dry, super flaky, and also very prone to infections. And it also leaves your skin unprotected because it leaves you with an impaired skin barrier. I'm holding up my hand like I have eczema to show you here. And because, well, eczema can show up anywhere on your body, but it is common on the scalp as well. And if you have eczema on your scalp, the best thing to do is to use more moisturizing shampoos and conditioners. Yes, even conditioners, because you want to moisturize your scalp. You want to make sure that you are helping to repair that moisture barrier of your scalp to protect your skin and any pathogens and irritants that may further or even worsen your eczema condition. So you want to keep your shampoos really gentle. And what is more gentle than baby shampoo? Am I right or am I wrong? I'll wait. Baby shampoo is literally made for the most sensitive and freshest of skins, and they happen to be way more or less irritating. And it can also include some really beneficial ingredients like colloidal oatmeal and chamomile, aloe vera. These are the type of ingredients that you want to see in an eczema-friendly shampoo. And you also want to see that it is hopefully fragrance-free, just to be extra safe, as well as sulfate-free. Not all sulfates are bad, especially sodium lauryl sulfate, SLES. But if your scalp is extremely dry and if you have eczema, just avoid it. You don't need it. There's other cleansing agents. Or another fantastic option for eczema skin, irritated skin, super dry skin, the Cliniderm Soothing Scalp Shampoo. Again, it's not fancy, but it works. It's fragrance-free, super non-irritating. And also make sure you're not overly shampooing. The worst thing you can do for eczema is continuously get it wet, to shower for too long, to use too hot of water. These types of things are just getting irritated and could make your condition even worse, but definitely treatable and with products that aren't necessarily medicated. They don't have these active drug ingredients. In fact, just to clear things up, active ingredients are not necessary for everyone, especially those with an impaired skin barrier that is already more sensitive to irritating ingredients. But even for those with, just more like a normal scalp, a regular dry scalp that can get a little bit tight as the seasons change, or even maybe a little bit more oily as our hormones change. If that is you, you have much more leniency when it comes to picking the right shampoo for your scalp. And what I recommend is not just picking one. Personally, I've got a lot of products on hand and I regularly switch them out or pick up specific products any given wash day depending on what I'm feeling my scalp needs. You may be like my sister and me and not have a diagnosed scalp condition that needs to be treated medically, but you still want a scalp routine with scalp skin friendly ingredients. Some ingredients that are commonly found in skincare and also great for the scalp are niacinamide. Niacinamide, also known as vitamin B3 or nicotinamide, is a water-soluble vitamin, and it helps to reduce the impact of environmental damage because of its ability to improve your skin's barrier, which keeps your scalp skin looking healthier longer. Enzymes are another one. Enzymes are widely used in skincare formulations to provide exfoliation benefits. Or, of course, another mention to salicylic acid, our favorite exfoliant, also seen as willow bark in your ingredients. Even if it's not listed as an active ingredient, it's still super beneficial for both an oily or a dry scalp.
My hair and scalp definitely feel clean, but my hair does feel a little bit dry, so we're gonna try out the conditioner now. This can be applied to your hair and scalp, so I'm gonna massage it in both my hair and my scalp. It's pretty smooth on the hair, actually. That actually feels really nice on the hair. Just gonna apply a little bit of product to my scalp.
Dimethicone is another ingredient that is great for a dry scalp, proven to provide a skin barrier and works great as a moisturizer. That beneficial moisturizing barrier it provides helps to prevent irritants from getting into your skin and kind of eradicating conditions like eczema and dermatitis. And I mean, dimethicone is also really great for the hair if you have really frizzy and high porosity hair and you need some heat protectant. These are some of the benefits dimethicone can have.
My hair is styled and now completely dry. My scalp so far is feeling pretty good. I don't have any complaints. I do feel like I got a really nice cleanse, and I'm actually really impressed with how soft my hair feels. But we're not done yet. We're going to be trying one last scalp treatment. This is also from Dove. It's their Hair Therapy Dry Scalp Care Leave-On Scalp Treatment. I do want to make note that this is a pretty light treatment. It's very water-based. It also smells really nice. It smells like the typical Dove scent. Water is the first ingredient and then directly followed by niacinamide and glycerin.
Humectants like glycerin and hyaluronic acid in your leave-on products, okay, they won't do too much if you're rinsing them off, but in your leave-on products will help to draw in and keep moisture in your scalp and your skin and keep those areas hydrated and healthy. And these are just a few examples of skincare ingredients that we find in our skincare routines that are also super beneficial for that scalp skin that deserves a winning routine. Look at her, she's shining. Now, I don't know about you, but after a long day of shopping, I'm quite tired. Hopefully this has all given you a little bit more guidance when it comes to picking the right shampoo and or conditioner and treatments in general for your scalp skin when shopping at the drugstore. They've been proven to work. It's like Buckley's, it tastes awful, but it works. It doesn't look pretty. They don't always look pretty, but they work. Now, all of the products that I mentioned today that can be found at the drugstore can also be found linked in the description box below, so you can click through there if you want to learn more about them. They will all be listed out for you, so you can check them out there. And while you're down there, go ahead and leave me a comment if you like this video. You can give this video a thumbs up as well, because scalp care does not need to be extremely expensive, but it should definitely be taken very seriously. So I remind you that none of this has been a diagnosis. So see your physician, do your research, read the labels very carefully, and use them correctly. This has been your friendly internet hairstylist out of the salon and into the drugstore. Find your scalp care, making the world hopefully a healthier, scalpy place, one scalp at a time. That was rough, but it's fine. I hope that didn't ruin it, and I hope to see you next time. Peace! I'm excited for this video. Excited, nervous. But excited, especially that we left the house. Am I right? Where are my notes here? Thank you so much. How's my hair? I need a whole... I'm going shorter. What do you think? No. Yes. See how low you've been talking, Mel? Let's try not to yell. What's good, everybody, and welcome back to today's special editions. Today's is a special... What's good, everybody, and welcome to today's... To show you how to shop for products to treat your specific scalp care needs, all from the drugstore. Fuck. Damn it. Shit. Ingredients are key. I had to sit somehow. What did you expect from me? I'm still working on my summer body. Okay. Okay, thank you. I know already this lip gloss was a bad idea. Perfect. Let's get to it. That's where we were. We danced. We danced. That was the entrance. Now hold up, because before we get into things and go shoppings, I just want to shoppings plural. We did go to 2 different places, and or Seborrheic dermatitis, all the way on the bottom scalp here, especially when it comes to pharmaceuticals. It's not that I'm slurring my words because I'm drunk, I've had 2 sips of my drink. What's happening here is I haven't warmed up. And why I haven't warmed up specifically is because sometimes I skip this step and then it bites me in the ass after. But sometimes I really just don't want to crease my makeups, you know? How to say eczema. Now, my whole life, I've been saying eczema. And then some people were like, it's eczema. Damn it. Eczema. Who is she? Don't blame me, okay? I'm sorry. It's just the way I was raised. It's the way I was raised. You know what I meant. Anti-Dandruff shampoos belong in their own category. Category. Who's Gary? Category.